Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to talk about the coding sessions in System Verilog, and in today's topic we are going to discuss about inheritance in System Verilog. So we are going to talk about how we are going to write the inheritance code, or how we are going to use the inheritance code in System Verilog. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing my channel and hit on the notification bell also. Also do follow me on LinkedIn, and you can join my Telegram channel for the codes where related to this Verilog system, Verilog and UVM series. Right? So let's get into today's video. Coming to inheritance, we already know in system Verilog what is inheritance. So if the child class will be extending properties of parent class, then that particular property is called inheritance. That means the the concept where the child class will be inheriting all the properties and methods from the parent class is called inheritance. You already know about this. Okay, I have made a particular video in order to clearly explain about all the properties in system Verilog. If you didn't see that above, if you didn't see that, I'll link it in the description box as well as in the bar itself here, so you can go there and check it out in order to have a clear cut experience on what is the property, like what is that actual property mean. Because nowadays many of students are pinging me that they are having confusion related to the oops properties, like they are getting confused what is inheritance, what is polymorphism, what is the difference between all these properties and all, which is why I have made a separate video, I have made a dedicated video on only these properties in order to make you clearly understand on what are these properties. Okay, I'll link that in the description box. You can go there and check it out. Now coming to coding, how we are going to write a code, or how we are going to develop a code in inheritance by using inheritance property, we'll be discussing it today. So now if you see this particular example here, yes, so this is my particular class, right? This is the parent class. Okay, this parent class is having two properties, which is data and id, okay, as well as display function, right? And this child class, which is a, since it is extends keyword, so it is inheriting the properties of parent class. So since it is inheriting the properties of parent class, basically if you didn't give any value for this data and id in the child class, they will be holding the values that are given in the parent class itself, right? So and also it is having one more display function. Now if you see this, I am taking two individual handles for my parent class as well as child class, and I have created an object for both of them. Now here if you see, I have already assigned some values like 101 for my parent class. But by using this parent class handle, I am overriding these values. Okay, like 111 and 0. Right? And then with my CTR, like with my child class handle, again I am pointing the data and ID as 202. Now again I am calling with my child class handle my display function as well as my parent class handle my display function. Now if I run this particular code, okay, how the output will be done, right? If you see here, my base class is 111 and 0, because even though I have given the values as 101, since I have overridden it in my code with my parent class handle, so that is where the output is or 311 and 0, and for my child class they are 202. Everything is fine now. Now for example, if I am pointing both this with only one handle, that means I have taken only my child class handle, I didn't give any parent class handle, or I didn't create any object for that. Okay, but I am giving only child class handle, right? So this is the thing. So I am displaying only for my child class handle. Now if I am doing this, how the output will be done? Like if you see here, my data and id are 101 for my parent class, but that is overridden to 202 by using my child class. So this is how the thing is. That means whenever you want to override the base class members, okay, that means whenever you want to override the properties and methods of base class, you can do it in inheritance method by overriding all the properties and methods in my base class with the child class handle. This is called as overriding properties. Okay, so in order to, if anyone in the interview asks you a question like, how do you override the base class properties and methods? Okay, by using the inheritance method, you can override the properties of base class by pointing out with it with your child class handle. Clear? So this is how the example. If you want to see this code, you can just pause this video and check out the same code. This is the same code that I have mentioned you in this particular EDA playground example, right? So this is how you will be overriding the base class members, right? Now, as we have already know that, now if you see the same example here, okay, I have overridden the data and id value from 101 to 202 by using this overriding property. But if even though I have overridden it, if I want to point all the values, if I want to see the values in my parent class, how is that possible? Okay, even though I have overridden it my child class, but I want to point what are the values in my, want to see what are the values or what are the values that are holding in my properties in my parent class. How can I do that? Okay, you can do that by using the super keyword. Okay, super keyword is used in the child class in order to refer to the parent class. So whenever you want to refer to parent class properties and methods, you can do that by using this super class keyword. Okay, if you see the example here, this is the example without any super keyword. If you don't use any super keyword basically, and if you are using the overriding method like it is in this way, like if you see here, this is my parent class, it is having the property data and then a method display. Okay, similarly the child class which is extended from parent class, it is also having the same property data. Okay, now again the display function. Now if you see here the same example, for the child class I have taken the handle. Okay, with this handle I am giving the data as 5. Okay, so the data value is 5 here. Okay, so whenever I'm displaying, I'm calling the display function, so the child value will be 5. Fine. Yes, so this is the child class which is having the value of data as 5. Now this is fine. For example, if I want to point out the data that is there in my parent class, how can I do that? Okay, if you see the same example here, okay, this is my parent class with the property data and then display. Again the same thing like data and display. Now if you see here within the display, what I am doing, I am first super dot data. That means super refers to the above class, that means the parent class, the when from which class the child class is derived, the super refers to that class. So if you see here, this is the child class from which it is derived, it is derived from this parent class. So super refers to the data within this parent class. So within the super dot data, I am assigning the value as 3 and then I am calling the super dot display function. Okay, now if you see here, this is my display. Okay, for this, for the child class display. So value of data equal to percentage h and data, right? And then end function. So this is the function in which for which I am writing it in my child class. So within the child class, I am calling my parent class handle by using the super keyword. Okay, again within the module, I have created only the handle for my CTR, and now CTR dot data equal to 5. That means I am assigning the value as 5 here. Okay, now ctr dot display, again I'm calling this display function. Okay, so this is my display function. So what is there within this display function? Within this display function, I am assigning the value for this particular data as 3 and then I am calling this function. So what is the display function here? Base value of data equal to 3. Why 3? Because I have already assigned this particular value as 3. Okay, and then the second display function which is for child class data. So for this child class data, I have assigned it as 5 value. So those 5 will be displayed. Got my point? If you are not using this particular super dot display, then what happens? This value 3, for example, even though if you are giving the value as 3 here, okay, this value is overridden as 5 if you are not using a super dot keyword. Okay, since you are using the super keyword, you can access the parent class properties also within your child class. Even though if you are overriding it, if you are going to override also, you can access those values by using the super keyword. Okay, got my point? So this is the use of super keyword in inheritance for when you are overriding the base class members with your child class properties. Okay, right? So this is all for today. And hope you like this video. If you like it, please do give it a like and also share it to all the VLS aspirants. Thank you all.